Whoa!
200 psi compressed air tank. I just can't leave any car stock.
Yo, what's up, Perry? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What do we have behind you?
This is my 2018 Tesla Model 3. I was one of those guys who stand in line the first day for a reservation. And this is a 2020 Tesla Model Y.
And you've done quite a few mods to it seems like.
Yeah, so I started back in 2018 where not even many have the car. Back in the days, people were like, whoa, people are slamming the Teslas.
Have you always been into modding cars?
I've always been a car guy. I just can't leave any car stock, apparently. And I tend to like to pick on a car that's not very popular. Toyota MR2. It looks like a frog in the front. You see someone driving, it's usually like an older lady. I even modified that to a point where it actually looks good, at least to me, you know. First car was a Hyundai XL or something. That's the stick shift car, and then my dad gave me his little Toyota pickup truck, also manual. 86 MR2, 89 MR2, 91 MR2, 92 MR2, 2000 MR2 Spider, 86 MR2, another MR2 Spider, wide body. That one looks super fast, but it's super slow. Another 88 MR2, 2001 MR2 Spider, which is the time attack looking car. And then I also had a BMW i3, Mazda Miata, Mini Cooper, and I think that's about it.
What eventually led you to Tesla?
I mean, at first people stereotype electric car being slow. Second question is like, how far would it go before you have to charge it? I think Tesla really changed that concept. It's actually fast and can be really, really fast. The range, it's decent. It's like my phone, you know, I use it and then if I have to, I charge it every day. Obviously, I don't have anything against gas cars because I've had so many of it. It's just that it goes really fast and it's really comfortable to drive.
When you got the Teslas, did you always plan on modding them?
Yeah, so actually, before I even got the car, I photoshopped how it looks lowered, how it looks with my choice of wheel. To be honest, any car lowered looks pretty cool, so.
Let's talk about the car. Where do you want to start?
I guess the most obvious is the air suspension, maybe. Every time I pop this front, I get some cool reaction.
Whoa! So you made it look like a battery.
Yeah, so what we're looking at here, other than my leftover lunch, 200 psi compressed air tank, and then sitting behind it is two air compressor, manifold, water trap. What's an air suspension is really just kind of like a go-kart tire. So when you inflate it, it'll go up. When you deflate it, it will lower. Most of the time, it rides better than, for these cars at least, from when they come from the factory. And then I also have a extra port for my air source. I have my
pump stuff up.
Yeah.
How did you make that battery thing?
It's just a brushed aluminum tank. I don't have a vinyl printer, so instead I bought individual color vinyl. I started with the copper color and then laid the black over, cut out all these and these are all layer by layer. These are all presets. This is manual up and down.
Whoa.
All the way up.
Whoa.
It goes up.
We're going.
I can raise it up, back down.
That goes up a lot.
You'll see. My Model Y actually goes up even higher.
Even higher?
So this setup is somewhat more clean. You don't see the manifold because it's hidden back there. So that leaves only one line going out of the tub from the tank to the manifold. Close this valve, bleed the downstream, and then unplug the two compressor.
Whoa.
And this whole thing comes out. And as you can see, the car is still at its ride height.
Yeah.
And I can still drive it. I could take it to the service and hopefully no one will know that this car is modified. It's like a bomb. Now this car has the power. Next obvious thing probably is the wrap. I do everything myself. Air suspension, wrap the whole car. I doodle on the car. It's like a fat marker. You gotta make it look like a comic car, I guess, like an animate. I really like the color. This car was originally white. I guess we could talk about the Hadou kit. That was just a livery that I put on for a car show. And then afterward, I kind of like the way it looks, so I just left it on. You can't misrecognize this car. My friends be like, oh, I saw you the other day. I'll be like, are you sure it's not just another Tesla Model 3 with a ski box on top and Hadou kit on the side?
And you've won some awards for it, right?
I don't build my car for show. I built it because I just personally liked to. Throughout the years, I met friends. We formed a group called ruined Tesla. A lot of Tesla owners, you know, if anything's not factory, it's ruined. So we're like, okay, we are the ruined Tesla crew. Eventually with sponsorship, I have to be supporting the sponsorship too. With the whole crew, I asked like, hey, let's go together. Past year or so, I started to go to car shows and stuff. A couple months ago, I went to this electrified expo and I did get best wrap and graphics for this car. And I got best SUV. Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything. And that was definitely a surprise and super thankful. This is actually a third set of wheels I have on this car. The first set of wheels were actually BBS wheels. It was completely sponsored by PBS and along with Falcon tires. Even now, I'm still on Falcon tires and I'm still on their sponsorship campaign. These are work wheels. They're my all-time favorite wheels on my JDM cars. Shout out to Zeph Centric. They hooked me up. I mean, they look good on any car. They're timeless. Actually, they are my dream wheels. But these are the 2-piece. So they have the baller 3-piece, which you have the rivets all around, which at the time I thought the 2-piece looks cleaner. They do, they still do. If I have the extra money, I would actually get not the polished lip, but the complete wheel to be the same color.
Complete matte finish.
Yeah, I think the polish looks cool and kind of baller style, but I think a colored lip adds more character. Over here you can see the back wheel is different. It's actually the same wheel, but I put a aero disc over it. Aero disc formerly are known for Audi started using it in the 80s for extra cooling to the brake. They usually run them in the front because I have the front caliper painted, so I want to kind of show that off.
Little Hello Kitty thing.
Yeah, it's just for my wife. So the wheel is from Rotiform and the aero disc is also from Rotiform, but the aero disc is only meant to fit on 3 sets of the Rotiform wheels, and these are not one of the 3. So I completely custom fitted these. So if you peek back there, there is a little orange thing. This is a 3D printed clamp that clamps to the back of the spoke of the wheel, and it's printed in a flexible filament. Like it could bend a whole lot and it won't even snap in 2 pieces. Ski box is a little bit unusual. Like most people run the OEM roof rack. When you put the ski box on those, the ski box kind of sticks out to the front. You can actually see it through the windshield. I like it further back. I like the concept of a lot of the exotic cars like R8, Lamborghini, obviously with less storage.
It's also a look thing too,
yeah,
right?
yeah. For me, it's totally a look thing. A lot of people are like, yeah, lose the box, but it adds a lot of characteristic to it.
Totally.
I had it sit further back, and because of the angle, I had to add a little riser at the back. It's actually a 10-year-old camera slider leg. You could use anything for it.
Oh, and the suction is by Seasucker.
Yep, Seasucker is the company. This is the monkey bar setup, and I took off the bar in the front and rotated the suction so the box directly clamps onto the suction. So it allows it to sit lower. When I first got it, like for months, I was scared to drive over 80 miles per hour. And I'm always looking up at it. I've asked people who have similar setup. They respond to me with a video of them driving 150
oh my God.
on the freeway.
What kind of a box is it? And do you like put stuff in it?
It's an Inno Rack 660 wedge, I believe. It's one of the slimmest box that looks more stylish. I could fit maybe like 5-6 pairs of skis and with boots and everything in it. Light stand, tripod.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. Stuff that's long, or even fishing pole.
Did you notice a change in efficiency after like the ski box?
Definitely. For longer trip where my brother also drives a Tesla, he can drive much further before he needs a charge.
So what's like your average watt hour per mile?
Maybe 300-400.
300-400.
Is that high or low?
That's pretty high for a Model 3.
And I mean, I don't drive crazy. I don't drive fast, like above 80. I do feel that pushing the box back actually helps with at least the wind noise.
And it clears the trunk too.
So the trunk it didn't come factory powered, but I did put in a aftermarket kit for it just because of that reason. Yeah, before I have to open it and then carefully let it touch and just let it rest on the box. This is pretty much a daily beater. I carry a lot of concrete mix, 9-10 bags of concrete mix, pavers, everything. So in the trunk, there's all these concrete mix dust.
You ever wish you had more space?
Actually, I had a Rivian for a week last week. Really liked it actually, but it's too expensive. I do what I can with everything I have. If I have to make multiple trips to Home Depot, where one person with a truck can probably just do one round, I'll do it in 5. So Meyer Racing, we have to talk about Meyer Racing. That's the company that reached out back in 2018. Cameron Roger, he's a performance track guy. He had an early Model 3. He takes it to Laguna Seca. He's a friend of Charles, and he's like, can you make me a front and rear spoiler, hit the track and stuff? So he did. Eventually want to market it with a white car. Put the parks on the car, took some photos. He liked the photos I took. He hired me to do other stuff for his shop. And then eventually we became friends. We need side skirt, and he made side skirt, and he made me a carbon fiber trunk. Yeah, the whole car has Meyer Racing stuff on it. If you go on their website, they sell this style of carbon fiber lip. They call it the PK weave.
Perry Quack.
Yeah, they call it the PK weave because of me. Yeah. And then onto the interior, anything carbon fiber on this car, it's like sponsored. I actually bought this steering wheel for $1.
What?
It has to be an amount for me to purchase it on his website. So his discount code took off $998. So it was a dollar purchase.
$1.
Yeah. This is another company called AY Custom who sent me these carbon fiber cover. Other than all these carbon fiber stuff, it's pretty much stock on the inside. I did make a cup holder shifter for the Tesla. Made it for fun, and eventually people wanted to buy it, so I made it into production. I sold, I don't know, like 100, 200 pieces of it. So this is called auto percent door. It's got the light too. At night you can see it. I just walk close to it, it'll open just like it did, or I could push it like that. Whoa. And it'll open. The soft closing door, like it'll just suck itself in. So a lot of people don't know what my personalized plate means. It's actually a check engine light code. When your gas tank has a pressure leak, it will throw a evap code, which is P0440. It's like a leak in your gas tank. So it's like a really inside joke. At the same time, it's not like LOL gas or something like that. It's not offensive. I battled this engine code on my MR2 for a long time. Yeah, I had this code every time. Like I checked everything that I could till I fixed a cracked gasket on the gas tank, and that solved the issue.
I'm sure you get a lot of reactions when you're driving like these cars around, right?
Yeah, it's really cool to get recognition or reaction from non-Tesla people. Most of the time, people giving me a thumbs up, rolling down the window, being like, that's sick. Usually come from the JDM scene, even muscle cars. There were times where I went to Target, parked, and then this guy walk up to me and say, hey Perry. My wife looked at me like who's this guy? And I'm like, I don't know him. He's like, I just wanted to say, you know, thanks for all the videos you put up. It really helped me. He just walked away. Yeah, and then on the back of this Model Y, I have aftermarket tail lights. I personally have no complaints about the OEM tail lights. I think they're really good looking, but these tail lights actually are just as cool, if not better. Yeah, it actually looks really nice when it lights up. Even when it's not, it looks really cool.
All right, bro, thanks for showing us your beautiful Teslas. If you were to give advice to somebody who wants to do this to their own Teslas, what would you say to them?
You don't need a lot. I say lowering the car is the first for any car mods. All you really have to do is lower it, get some nice wheels.
And where should they go if they want to find out more about what you're doing with these cars?
You can look me up on YouTube, Tesla DIY, or on Instagram, PK Studio, PEEKAY Studio.
All right, guys, check out Perry's channel. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you.